What's up? So I had an account. Oh, sorry. I had one of my combine accounts. So if you lose more than 2K in a day, you blow it, and then you have to pay another $50 to reset it. I just have one right now, $50 a month. And then say you were to pass your profit goal of 3K within 3 days, the most you can do a day is 1,500, or you'll have to get more gains to unlock it. Anyways, I had an account that was negative 90 away from blowing it, right? So it was kind of before our sessions. I was just like, whatever, jumping in randomly. Well, today on my lunch, I was like, man, I figure out how to start, like trading again, even on my phone. So just kind of where it was at. This is the 1 minute chart. Oh, maybe, yeah. Hold up. So, dang it. Should be more prepared. Okay, so I usually take my lunch around 1 to 2. So I got on it and I was just kind of watching it. And then I kind of started to see, right, like new high, new low, new high, new low, new high, new low. So I was like, well, here's a new low. Once it started to go green, I did a long, right? And then also you can see the time frames at the time. They all went from red to green. So I just did one mini contract. So I was at $5 and I saw it started to go up more. And then I was like, maybe it's going to go make a new low or new high, right? So I scaled it up. I made a quick 500 and then I saw it made a new high. And I was like, I wonder if it's going to make or attempt to make a new low. So I saw the 3-1. And then I honestly entered it kind of early just because it's making more sense, right? So I entered around here. It's going my way and then I scaled it up. Well, see, it's kind of here. I think that's the one. Yeah. So I was doing screenshots, see 128. So I basically wrote this one up a little, and then once it's up here, I'm like, I think it's gonna try to make a new low again. And as you can see, it's starting to make a new high. 1 minute, and then it made a new high because I was like way down here, and then I'm up 1356. See, because I caught this one down, and then I caught this one up, and I was like, wow, And then 1528, and it was kind of starting to chop up here. And also 146, like my lunch was about to end, and I'm like, man, it's just made a new high. I wonder if it's gonna make a new low. This is kind of what my trading view was looking like. Made a new high, and then it just started to chop, right? So I was looking at that while also looking at my top step.
But I need you now to know and to be able to explain to me why it started to chop. What are we looking at, right? Because trading is a lot of patterns. So, great, high, low, you're understanding the Browning formation. It's amazing that you can trade it, on the 1 minute because you're going to have these stacked gains, right? It's all going to compound. Fantastic. If that's the way you want to trade, I love that for you. It's a great way to make money. But now I need to know the why, right? So when we spoke a few days ago, and before the first session, I was telling you, I need you to actually walk through the trade. Where are we entering? Where are we exiting? I'm not seeing that here.
1500. Looks like, is it gonna make a new low? It really didn't. It just kind of started chopping sideways. This is a different view, 15 minute. I was trying to look at the higher time frames to see if they could give me a clue, right? Because I know the doodle method, right? Up, down. But if you compare it maybe with like an actionable signal or time frame continuity, right? That's where it all starts
Correct.
to. So it did start to make that new low, right? And I caught a little bit of it. I was up 1750. Mind you, this was an account that like I was $90 away from blowing. And so I got some of that. So then I
Lovely.
locked out for the day, and then Asian session starts around 6 p.m. I get home around like 6:15. That's some work. Oh, well, then what happened? I was trying to do the new high, new low stuff again, but I saw it made a new low, and I was like, oh man, is it about to make a new high? So I was kind of chopping in here, and then here it was green, right? So I was like, oh, here we go. We're about halfway through, 50% rule, maybe what Sarah says. And so I scaled it up too quickly, and it dropped even lower.
Sure.
And then literally, because this is the 1 minute, right? Because I'm trying to get better at like recognizing, and like you said, Dre, like you'll see it when it starts to go, and I've been noticing that ever since you mentioned it. So it dipped, and then literally 2 minutes later, boom, So one, two, three, four,
Exactly.
like five.
Which is why I'm telling you, you need to understand why it's chopping, right? And yeah, again, right? We were speaking about the 5 minute a couple days ago. Like, if you're trading on the 5 minute, just be ready to be getting kicked out of your trades more often than if you're trading on the 15 or the 30, right? That rule still applies on the 1. So getting kicked out on the 1 is going to happen even more frequently than the 5, right? And sometimes it's just going to chop. I mean, you're trading for 1 minute, right?
5 minutes later, it jumped up to make a new high. So this is where I
Exactly.
originally made like the 1700 to recover my account. Right, entry, exit, and then entry, exit, and then chopped. Started go down a little bit, caught a little bit of that. This is same chart right during lunch. And then today I got home and I was kind of looking for the same setup. I know it's not really a setup, but I'm just trying to train my mind to recognize the patterns, right? The new high, new low, reclaim levels, right? So I was trying to gauge it. So it's like new high, new low, chop, new
Well,
low.
it is a setup
So in
though,
my head,
right? Because we're trading Browning formations, right? So that's a setup. And then I do want you to be entering on actionable signals, right? Actionable signals is part of the setup, but just like the high and low of a Browning formation would be fair enough to call a setup in it.
I was like new low, it could potentially go up, right? So This is where I scaled it too high and then it dropped, and I did end up that account being negative 1900. So I broke the first rule, right, which is protect the capital. But I'm just happy, like, I'm starting
Wait,
to
what?
understand. So I broke the first rule, right, and it could potentially go up, right? So this is where I scaled it too high and then it dropped, and I did end up that account being negative 1900.
Wait, so you were negative 90 and then you made 1700 and now you're negative 1900? Is that correct?
So I broke the first rule, right, which is protect the capital.
Exactly.
But I'm just happy, like, I'm starting to understand kind of how the algorithm or how it works, right? Because used to
Well, let me just say, if what I just said is correct, right? If you're down 1900 now, we need to have more conversations around temperament and around holding and around cutting losers. If the trade is not working, especially if you're trading on the 1 minute, you need to get out of that trade immediately, right? And if that's going to take you practice, like maybe you're more of a trader who does sort of rely on hope, we have to break that because hope doesn't make you money.
all I saw, I realize now, like, I used to look at it like way too close. So I'd be like this, and I'd be like, man, this all looks the same to me, right? But from like learning how you're a day trader and you're in trades a lot longer, I'm like, oh, like this all tells a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was very insightful to me. It's the most I've ever done in a day. Because in the beginning, I had no
Lovely.
contracts, I had no rules, so I was just doing 200 a day, and I just didn't deviate from that, right? And then my brother was having like 500 days, and then I was like, oh, I guess I can make more than 200. And this is
Yeah.
all in futures, right? So it's like I haven't been able to pass my combine.
That's okay.
So, but I really do feel like I'm improving a bit. Maybe I'm not fully well rounded, but I am starting to like see it all come together. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that was this is the chop where I lost it right here, and I think I had it marked over here as well. But no, yeah, it's helping a lot to let me see. Entry exit out.
Look, if you want to trade on the one, I'm not going to stop you. It just is going to take a lot more intention and focus, right? That's why I don't do it. It takes too much for me.
But yeah, that's my update. Again, I'm just gonna go back to watching the market more, right? Labeling my entry, my exits.
Yeah. So something I want to discuss, right? The point of these videos is for you to give me the information specifically and concisely, right? First of all, this video is too long. I want you to come in, tell me the trade, entry, exit, and why. Okay? That's going to help you more than it's going to help me. Yeah, I need you to be seeing the chart. This is what I did. This is why I did it. And we can even talk about your temperament inside of that, right? I sent you a message about, kind of getting on this high when you have really great wins. Super common. So it looks like that happened. You get on this high and then you just kind of blow it because you're just like, I can't lose kind of feeling. Happens to me still. But yeah, I want you to really be like super zoned in and focused on these videos because these are trade reviews, not really for me. They're mostly for you. And so I need you to be able to go back and I need you to be able to watch them and say, okay, I know what I did. I know why I did it. And I also need you to be at a point where you can look at your chart and say, this is where I got in. This is why. Boom, boom, boom. Explain it to yourself as you're explaining it to me, because that's going to give you tons of benefit. And it's also going to allow you to make strides at a rate much faster than, just watching other people's YouTubes. Talk over your trades, learn from yourself, etc., etc. So keep them short, keep them concise, focus in, right? I want the same focus that you're going to be putting into your trades, into your trade reviews, all right?
Though my setup, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2 down, 3, 2 down, conflicted 2 down, or 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's helped a lot, right? Because I can just take a quick glance at my phone and see, oh, everything's going bearish for this 1 minute segment of time, right? I don't view it as like failure per se. I just see it as like a learning opportunity. Like I am still gauging how to scale adequately, right, when things are going my way. And something I used to struggle with a lot more in the beginning, which was like I knew a move was coming, I just would always be too early to it. So I think I'm getting a lot better at that. I saw your video today. It's awesome. It plays your 6th day,
because you're trading on the 1 minute. You're always going to be early, right? That's the downside of the 1 minute.
I was even like contemplating. I was like, man, I would love to pay for Drea to try out one of these Top Step accounts. Like I'd pay for it. I just feel like you have this like ability, right, to see it real time. And I'm like, wow, like that's goals,
That's funny.
Really do appreciate all the videos, and you've been a tremendous help to me. So much clarity, right? And yeah, I can be happier.
No, lovely.
Because you give me,
Let's
the truth, nothing but the truth.
stay on
But
track.
again, yeah, I'm just gonna go back
And
to charting right and rinse and repeat. Keep
yep,
getting it from there.
exactly. Rinse and repeat.
But yeah,
That's what I
thank you
want
again.
from you.
Happy Thursday, and see you soon. Bye.
Yeah, I want these videos to be boring, right? Like I just rinse and repeat the same thing. I saw this pattern again, I took this trade. I saw this again, I took it again. You know, like that's what I want this to feel like. I want you to just be so bored to even talk through it. Like it's the same shit every day, but I guess I'll do it again. You know, that's what's going to really get us to the place where you want to be. And yeah, all right, mate. Catch you soon.